there's no video today. So going into this year, I decided to ramp up production again, start really getting into making content all the time, putting out Let's Plays consistently, as you can see, 3 times a week. And because of that, my desktop that does all the gameplay stuff that used to be my main editing machine hasn't been keeping pace anymore. It's definitely starting to show its age. So to kind of work alongside that, I need something that was also a little bit more portable. So when Apple released their 2016 MacBook Pro, the Touch Bar one, I kind of knew that was about the direction I was probably going to go for a mobile editing machine. About a week ago, I ended up getting that 2016 MacBook Pro with Touch Bar, the 15-inch one, basic 256 gig configuration, and I was going to use that as my mobile editing machine. Well, a few days into owning it, I ran into some interesting problems. When I actually went to go transcode video and actually export the files, I started running into these weird graphical errors like this, and was a little concerned that it may have been some bad software or anything like that, so I made sure literally everything was up to date. So my Adobe stuff was up to date, made sure the Mac OS was up to date, just made sure everything was good. Try not to worry about it. 2 days later though, when I went to go work on the follow-up video, it did it again. It did this. And it was just so fucking annoying. And then it left my screen doing this. And basically Apple's response was, well, that's not software. So I ended up returning that MacBook Pro, swapping it out for another one, another 2016 MacBook Pro, and a day later, this is what's happening. So I don't know if that's Adobe's fault, I don't know if it's Apple's fault, I don't know if it's AMD's fault. All I know is that prior to this laptop debacle, I was 2 weeks ahead on videos as far as recording them, and now I am stuck falling behind my production again. And it is so fucking annoying. So I returned that one. I ended up having to get this guy. I got the old MacBook Pro, the 2015 model, the base configuration with the Intel Iris, and now my screen's going blue for some reason. Let's get rid of it, turn off. So base configuration, nothing too fancy or special, but holy shit. At least it, I'm just wiggling that, at least it exports video. I can actually work on it. It may not be as glamorous as the new one, and it's not as fast, and doesn't have the keyboard, the trackpad, whatever. I'll be perfectly honest, the Touch Bar thing, I mean, it was interesting, but as with anything with technology, I guess the benefit of it is that once you forget that you're using it, then I guess it did its job. I don't ever actively remember using it. So either a good job Apple or bad job Apple, I don't really know. But I am now at a point where I can start actually ramping up production again, being able to export stuff. I should have something done this weekend for Monday. It's just, oh my God, I have lost so much time on this, and I don't have the time right now to dedicate to waiting to see if Apple fixes this problem. I know that maybe just I may have an isolated incident, a bad batch. I don't really know. I don't tend to like using the internet as a point of complaining, as like a customer service thing, and that's not at all what this is. I'm not looking for any sort of reparation or any sort of like anger against Apple or anything like that, or AMD or Adobe. It's just more or less trying to explain to you what has been going on this past week and why I fell behind in production. And I hope this is a little bit of an insight for you, and for anyone who is looking to edit. I haven't heard as many people having problems with a step up like the 512 version or any sort of configuration through Apple where you get like the 460 graphics. But oh my God, that was not in my budget right now. This was barely in my budget. The first one was barely in my budget. And that was just so disheartening having that many problems in a short amount of time. But anyway, guys, this was more to let you know what was going on. Back to normal content on Monday. There should be a Let's Play coming up there, and as always, guys, just let me know any particular games that you want to see played on this channel. Yeah, and as always, I'll see you guys in another video. Toodles!